Alright, so in this video, I'm just going to show how I went about installing my A-pillar gauge on my 335i. I've actually never seen anyone else do an A-pillar gauge on there. Most people put it in the vent here or on this side, or they do the JB4 boost gauge, or they just mount up the MHD tablet and read their boost that way. But I like how the A-pillar gauge looks, so I actually came up with my own way of doing an A-pillar gauge on here. So I get a lot of questions both on Instagram and YouTube on about it, so I figured I'd just make this video to how I installed it, because like I said, I've never seen anyone do an A-pillar gauge on the 335i. I'm sure somebody else has. I'm sure there is people. I just haven't personally seen it on the internet. So I'm just gonna show what it looks like. Probably later on in the video I'll show GoPro footage of me driving with the boost gauge. So I guess to start off, I'll just show how I wired it. I probably won't take it all back apart just because I really don't feel like pulling all the wires back through, but I will do my best to show you guys how I put it in there. So to start with, this is a Pro Sport Evo Series or something called. That's what it's called. It's white or green. It depends on how you wire it. I wired it to where it's white, even though it kind of looks green. So that's what it looks like. And then this was about 90 bucks with shipping. That's this whole thing here. And then this is actually just a universal thing I got off eBay. It's the best thing that I could do for now. And I know this looks ugly and purple and all this. I gotta fix all this eventually. I might just order M3 black A-pillar and B-pillar and C-pillar, because this from the sun it turns purplish and it looks like crap. But yeah, so I'll leave the link to this and this. This is an Amazon link, and then this will be on ECS Tuning. So this is what the instructions look like right here. Little zoom. I'll leave a link to this in the description as well. So like I was saying earlier, it can be, you can change the color just on how you wire it. So how I did mine was daytime white, nighttime white. So that orange wire, I just completely cut off. I pulled the pin out. So the orange wire is completely out of the way. If you were to prefer yours to be green, then you got to keep it in, and you would remove the white one completely. So I'm just going to show you guys how I did the white on white. So like I said, orange, I completely pulled the pin and just removed that. Some things you're going to want to remove when you're doing this is you're going to want to peel this out with just a flat head. You're just going to pull that piece out, and then under here you're going to take your Torxes and loosen this up. But you just want to take this whole under tray out. So it's a T20. So then you're just going to pull this out of your way, and here comes all the wires that I did previously. So I just went to Walmart. I think I just got 12 gauge or 8 gauge. I can't really remember. It doesn't really matter what exact wire you get. So I'm just gonna leave it like this for now, and then you want to take a flathead and pry this out here. And yes, my interior was tanned before, so that's why it's tan under there. And then you just want to peel down take this off. If yours isn't jank as balls like mine, you gotta take the airbag thing off here, and then take off the Torx bolt in there, and then there's 2 tabs. So you just want to pull this out your way too. So as you can see, I have all the wires ran like this, so it actually goes under here. I'll show that in a second. So the positive and negative come over here. They're hidden by this trim piece, and then it comes up through this hole, and then these wires come up through the A-pillar and then to the gauge, obviously. And then I drilled a hole right there to feed all the wires through, and this. So I actually just had to take a 1/2-inch drill bit, drilled into it, and then dragged so that way this could fit in there, the connector itself. Alright, so you actually want to go ahead and remove this trim here. So you just want to put in ACC, put this in neutral, and then pry this piece out just with a flathead. Start from this side, work your way up. Alright, so I got this out the way here. So if you guys have never done it before, it's just, there's one clip here. There's going to be 2 blue clips that connect to this. So once you get this back end out, you just want to push this through, and this comes out like this. And then normally this will be connected up here too. So how I went about doing this, and there's probably a better way to do it, but this is what worked for me. There's going to be a wiring, some kind of wiring thing that works for the cigarette lighter outlet right here. So you're gonna wanna take the brown and green, which is negative and then positive, obviously. So it's a green and yellow with a yellow stripe on there. What I did was completely cut the connector off, which you could honestly just tee it into it and have your cigarette lighter still work, but this is just how I did it. I don't know why. All I did was get this extra wiring that I bought from the store. This one right here, the brown is going to go to the black wire on the boost gauge. The green and yellow wire is actually going to connect to the red and the white wire. So these are all ran through here, under here, and then so it's just wired all the way through up to here. And all I did was take that wire from all the way over here, run it all the way over here, and use the butt connector and just put the red and white together. And that just goes straight to the connector on the boost gauge right here. And then the brown, same thing, comes all the way through here, up through here, and that's just connected to the black wire here. The thing should come on now. Once you do that, it should power up. Just shouldn't re-boost. So the next thing you want to do now is go ahead and pop your hood. So I have my boost sensor double-sided taped right here. So in the instructions for the boost sensor itself, black goes to the black wire, the red wire goes to the red and white wire from up front, and then white goes to the green wire from the gauge. So how I did mine was, so this is the connector here that has the black, red, and white wire. So the white wire is gonna go to the green one. The red goes to the red and white. Then the black goes to the black, obviously. So I actually put the like weather shrinking stuff on here just to make it look better, so it's not all colorful wires just up in here. Before I get to the end of the wiring, how I did it into the vacuum lines was you're gonna have to take your air box out if you have it, or just this air filter off if you are running a DCI. So let me go ahead and take that out. All right, so now that I got that out the way, so I have the vacuum line coming from the boost sensor down to the inline filter right here. That's just put the vacuum lines over there, zip tied them so it wouldn't come off. Then it comes down, and it is, I teed it into the intake manifold right here, so that it comes off the intake manifold, comes down to here, and it is teed like this. And then this one goes straight to my blow-off valve, or in stock cases, the diverter valves. So this end goes to the diverter valves or the blow-off valve. This end goes to the intake manifold, and this end goes to the boost sensor that's ran up through here. So once you have it like that, you can just throw this back on. All right, so now for wiring the boost sensor. So you're just going to take all 3 wires, and like I said before, I put the weather shrink wrap on there so it'll look better. You guys can do that. I think it looks a lot better. So you're going to take all 3 wires, run it this way and down right by the brake booster, and if you look down in here, there's a little rubber grommet that you just want to take like a screwdriver and poke a hole, not too big, but just big enough to fit all 3 wires in there. So what I had to do was take that extra wiring I bought and use a butt connector to connect it to the longer wiring, so that way I can run it all the way to the front of the car, obviously, or to the cabin in the car. So take all 3 wires and poke a hole in that rubber thing like I said, and push all 3 wires through, red, white, and black. And then they're gonna come up here right there. They're gonna spawn in right there. And then you're gonna wanna take the one that came off the white wire. So what you could do is mark it up front before you pull it through, so that way you know which is which. So the black wire from up there, once you figure out which one that is, I think I used a Sharpie and wrote on the wire itself and pulled it through. So with the black one, obviously you're just going to go ahead and I just teed it like this to the, so this end goes to the black from the boost sensor. This one goes over to there like I said before, and then this one is ran up to the A pillar. So that's pretty much how I did all of them except for the green one. So the red one, I did the same exact thing. So I just teed it from the red up from the boost sensor. This goes to red and white, and this goes to the positive from over there. So that comes through and just hooks up, like I said, to the boost gauge itself. The white wire from up front's much easier. You just take the single wire, pull it through, run it all the way up here, and that just connects directly to the green one. So this green wire connects to the white one from up front. Once you have it all wired and you still have everything all apart, I would start your car, double check, make sure it's reading boost, because when I first did this and start the car, it would keep reading this like little dashes. I'll throw in a clip real quick that I took on Snapchat so it'll be vertical. That's what it looks like if you didn't wire it right. That's what will come up. So double check that. But in my case, the boost sensor itself was actually bad. So I had to email the company and they sent me a whole new sensor, and then it worked perfectly fine as soon as I swapped that over. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw everything back together, and then I'll explain how I did the boost gauge holder. All right, so I got it all back together. So as far as this, all I literally did was, on Amazon it comes with 4 bolts. I literally just pushed up there as much as I could and bolted it in. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. The fitment's like fairly good, except for right here. It has a little gap right here because there's a bump on it. I was considering cutting this off and then bolting it through here. Any of you guys actually find a better one, let me know in the comments that fits this A-pillar better, because I would definitely consider buying a new one because it hurts my OCD with the gap there. But it works for me for now. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any more questions for how to wire it up, and if you guys have any problems, let me know, or you can DM me on Instagram. So for the remainder of this video, I'm gonna put a GoPro on my dome piece and drive and see how that footage looks, and that way it'll show you guys what the boost gauge looks like driving. It looks pretty sick. Like when it starts up, it does this rotation thing. I'll show you real quick. Yeah, and then it reads boost. So that's how it starts up every time. I think that's pretty cool. I understand that like mechanical boost gauges are more accurate compared to the digital ones, but I like the digital look way better. And I actually compared it to MHD before. I had my phone like in my lap as I was driving, comparing the gauges, and this gauge would only read like 1 psi higher at times. So it's like, I've noticed it's only been like 1 or 2 higher than what MHD reads, but it's nothing like super dramatic, and you can actually dial it in on the back. It comes with this little plastic tool that you can go on the back here, and I didn't like 3M tape mine on there, glue it or anything, so that way I can always take it out. But you just stick the little plastic tool it comes with in here and rotate it to the left to decrease it, and vice versa to increase. So you could dial it in that way, which is pretty cool. So like I said, I guess the next scene will just be GoPro. So yo. Alright, so I'm not too sure how this looks at all. Picked up a GoPro Hero 7 at Best Buy earlier today. Tried recording earlier, but it was really bright and I was using the headband, and then I did some research and I got a new way of recording a POV of me driving. It's kind of in my eyesight, so it's kind of hard to see, but it's not too bad. So I don't know if you can see, but it's like I got a hat on and then a clip. I don't know, I found some YouTube video and this is what they said. I look pretty dumb, so everyone in these other cars are gonna be tripping why I got this huge potato in my face, but I hope this comes out good. I'll throw in a clip of how it looked before probably. I'm gonna give this key of the gap right quick. Hold up. It's like way too high up and way too bright. I hope that this looks better, but here's the boost gauge working and everything. So if you guys like this style video, I'm definitely down to like record videos of me racing, just like going out on the main road. I'm not gonna make this too long because I'm not trying to make this video too long filled with POV driving. But like I said, if you guys want to see POV driving like a lot in a video, I'll definitely do that. I'm gonna roll down the windows a little bit here. Hopefully it's not too loud. Yes, sir. Watch watch me get pulled over the first time I record. It's definitely gonna take some getting used to with the GoPro in my face. Like it's kind of hard to explain, but I can see it on like the inside. It's weird. It's hard to explain, but it's definitely gonna take some getting used to. And I'm not a hat person, so me wearing a hat feels really awkward. My exhaust gets so raspy when I'm in a high gear and I'm like hitting it. Dude, it's gonna be so weird if like someone that knows me sees me wearing this thing on my dome piece. I really don't care. I hope the wind's not too annoying. I guess I'll find out the hard way if it's annoying when I'm editing this. I'm gonna roll it up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I've had this thing in there for like 2 months. It's worked every single time as it should. I mean, I'm not really too worried about over boosting or under boosting at all, but it's kind of just a cool thing to have. And it's, like I said, I've never seen anyone else have a boost gauge on their A-pillar. So, like on a 335i, obviously, everyone else on the planet has an A-pillar gauge, but I don't know. In my opinion, I like it. It looks cool. Gotta love MHD. You wanna run it, dog? Bro, that thing is motorized. That kind of takes the whole point of biking out if your thing is motorized. Alright, I'm gonna get one last good rip here and then probably call it for now as far as GoPro footage, but I hope you guys like this. I think it'll look pretty tough. What's up, dog? I'm going like quadruple the speed limit right now, but that's it for the GoPro footage. Hope you all like that. Let me know if you guys want to see more videos like that. But that's pretty much the end of this video. I hope that answered you guys' questions and help you guys if you do want to go ahead and get an A-pillar gauge. I think it looks pretty sick as an alternative from what people normally do. So that's the end of this video. Catch you on the flip.